Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
Yes,
I'm Coach Joanna.
Coach Mercy.
I hope you guys missed us because today we have something new and spicy,
And you'll definitely love it.
Of course. So today's point or topic rather. Today's topic is about what are those uncommunicated expectations in relationships. Like when your partner has all these expectations but they are not talked about. None of you is expressing what they are expecting in a relationship. So today we are here to just briefly
to express them for you.
Yeah, to kind of like give you highlights from the men's view, the women's view, what each of us usually expects in relationships, like the men and the women.
Yes, well, most times these unmet expectations can lead to failure in relationships. We've seen a lot of stories where the man says, I realized that because this woman was expecting a certain something from me and she actually got it from somewhere else, yet she didn't inform me. But if she had informed me, probably I would have tried to work on it. So there are some things that we ladies feel like are kind of obvious. Even the men on the other side may feel like things are obvious, but when they're not. So I'll go first with the point of emotional support. We women, now I'm speaking on the women's side, women are very emotional beings. You'll all agree with me.
Yeah.
We're emotional. Sometimes we're even confusing. We don't know what we want. Today you're in a good mood. Today you're not in a good mood. Today, if you watch something, it can change your mood. You know, like women, you can watch like a movie, and then you see a man doing good things for his woman, and then now for you turn, like your emotions just turn,
of course,
and then you want to, now you start getting pissed at your man because you feel like, God, he's not doing this for me. God, he didn't open the door for me. God, he didn't. So our emotions,
and you're not even communicating,
and you've not communicated. You're in your head fighting. So we have a lot of emotions, and they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So these emotions, men have to understand us. That's not fitted. Why a girl? We find ourselves being kind of emotional, but it's not good to be so emotional, because sometimes you don't know what you want. Today you're happy because they did for you this, tomorrow you're sad because he actually did it. So, but on the women's side, I acknowledge we're emotional. On the men's side, I am asking them to accept us, that to know that we are emotional people, and then they try to act a little bit in our way.
And a man might be out there asking him, for example,
men are logical.
For example, Komawaka, usually this woman probably welcomes you with a hug, like kulika yo, all that, like nakwata kavera and all that. So lelo wakugambe, welcome back.
Kulika mood tekuli.
Instead of assuming tino onono mukazi agala kuntandika lero, actually ask. when you ask, like, what is it
wrong,
please tell me. Ate omukazi agenda gana okwogera okuba that is how we
yes we want to be pleaded for, like please, what, you feel free to tell me. I am here to listen.
So as a woman, I'm expecting you, oh please, what is it? So what is wrong? Did I do anything wrong? Did someone piss you at work? Or chitegera naye woba to, because me I'm thinking, oh namusajja kagenda avako
tanfaako. But men, now women, back to the women, men understand that women understand that men are logical. When he asks you how are you and you say I'm fine, he's going to think you're fine. Yet we women, we have twists. Mukazi agamba I'm fine when she's actually not fine. You know that meme of the woman tells you she's fine and then she's always hiding behind the So women, we need to understand ourselves in this emotional field. Yes, it's so complicated. But I feel like women, we need to communicate more. Now we need to communicate more that I am not fine. Later on they come.
Yeah.
Nato tugamba tulekemo tubate tutegezo tulekemo. Oshegera. So men understand that. Later tuleka amwade tugambe tulekemo. Then men also adjust accordingly.
Now when it comes to, there is also future expectations that are not communicated. Like there is what I'm expecting in our future, in my future with the man. I'm expecting munange nze nsubira nti no you know, for example, in the dating section, the dating period.
Oh, before marriage.
Ogenda kuje waffe.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm expecting to jatuka at some point to zali and all that. So there are all these expectations that omuntu tazogera naye nga azisuubira okitegeera. Now, if we are for example, people have been in relationships nga bazeemu emyaka ebiri, I'll be asking myself at that point, tulagawa.
Oh yeah.
Onkulembera ontaalawa. Right? So I'm expecting the lady to communicate ntino ojja oba tugenda kujja oba kitegeera. Or I'm expecting the man proposing. I'm expecting all these things. I'm expecting you to tell me about your future, about your plans, about your business things, so that ndabo bekubo tuli mukwata lyerimu. You know,
I actually, on that same point, I have a friend that said that when you're very clear to your man what you want, he actually does it, because sometimes these men are not so creative. So especially when it comes to the future, go wait and kill where you get them. By the way, babe, me, I want to have 4 children. What about you? Well, babe, for me, I think that by the time, I'm a kind of person, when you wish to propose, I don't like a public appearance. Like I don't want to be seen in the public being proposed to. I don't want these lovey-dovey things, you know, public things. I want indoor. You know, babe, when it's time for this, you can even show clips. You can indirectly show these things such that you communicate them. You can communicate them indirectly. Tomgamba gwegayo jadi fengolo dewo, you know, just find a way you fix them in somewhere. As you watch a movie, you see this. As you watch a movie, you see this. You speak. Be like, but I would want such a thing. I think that's so romantic. I think that's, you know.
Of course.
So yeah.
Because it's really important. I saw a guy, and he said that mukazi we amuleka because there were so many uncommunicated expectations. Omukazi zata ayogera naye nga ate abyagala musajja ate nga omusajja ye tali ready. So by the time she spoke up at the verge of leaving the relationship, instead of speaking up nga bakyali ku start. So that is maybe the issue here. Like, people don't communicate these things. Nebalinda ku last minute nagamba anyway
Kechagala na kumpasa.
Wagana dano kumpasa. You know, wagana dano to come to my parents. You know, so Atom said nagamba, oh, so that is the ultimate reason why you're leaving. I can do that.
Yes.
Always take it. So how about you communicated it earlier? Namgamba munange, me in my relationship. By the way, I saw Sheila Gashumba saying, ntikati ye ayagala relationship where someone is going to kumugamba, please be my girlfriend. So that we're dating in phases.
Yeah.
If people are starting to have such serious expectations in relationships, chibashegeza nti wakugambide nti no, you asked me to be your girlfriend. Chibashegeza even fiancé, even wife, like tugende nga moving a step by step.
You're sure.
Yes, tuleme kubeerawo nga mpazoba are we boyfriend, are we girlfriend? So what should can I buy for him this, or can I buy her this? Tuleme better, because I feel like communicating your expectations lessens your partner okubeerawo nga ali mu kwebuuza katoba,
especially, you know, the fact that men have their own pace.
Yeah.
Men have their own pace and women sometimes have their pace as well. So yo msajja akola bibyano onya sentence, he's hustling his own thing. You're not telling him things about marriage because naita nabirowozaako. He's still figuring himself out. So otamugamba nti no nebyembaga storage. He's not going to put it in his plan sometimes because sibuli omu yetu. Okay, Joanna, something else that is really not communicated but is expected is, I think, a certain level of commitment. When you're with your partner, by the time you expect that by the time otuvude ku stage ya dating, of seeing each other, getting to know each other, and now we've decided to actually go into the relationship, you expect that now this person is committed to you. Commitment in a way that if you're a woman, I don't expect you bakukwane still oberengo ochagaba numbers. Any man akuyimiriza, you're still stopping because you know, as if only single. But now you're committed. The man expects you to always communicate and say, I'm someone's wife. I'm in a relationship. I'm sorry I can't talk to you. I'm sorry I can't give you my number.
Of course.
So that level of commitment, that's expected from the man. And even on the woman's side, we expect that the woman is expecting the man, since omusajja yakwana. We are in a relationship. I'm your boyfriend.
Girlfriend.
I'm your girlfriend. So how come are you sure you really wanted me to be your girlfriend?
Are you focused?
Were you actually serious when you asked me out? So that level sometimes is not communicated, but some men take it for granted, or even women, I don't know. But sometimes you find that because it's just a relationship,
people even forget that anytime you look outside, you're losing focus inside.
You're right.
You know, buli wogende body to find someone else, people say akumalako stress, you know, you're losing focus at home. Moreover, you can still work out things here. So there needs to be some level of commitment until regardless of whatever is going on the inside, I'm willing as a man or a woman to make sure that I make it work. So that is an expectation from each one of us as we are taking our vows.
Yes. It's just like a young child. I'll give it as an example. From a young child's kind of commitment that we expect. When you're a young child, they refuse you from eating at the neighbors' places. Because namwe waka mugenda kulya. So gw'omwana omuto we expect you okugamba bali eri nti twalidde. Newe mba temwalidde. Oba si kyo tugenda kulya nange bampise ewaka. Newe mba temugenda kulya naye nga that means that you're serious and committed. You're not going to just
kind of setting. So then there are also uncommunicated expectations. The expectations where they don't align. Like my expectations and the man do not align. I was expecting this, but me I can't. Or what you take like in Zengo Mukazi, it's a search. Or what you take talk about those as well. You know, I'm expecting that
when I'm at work, you send me nudes.
You know, so me, I don't do that.
According to my values, I don't.
Over me, for example, if we get married, in the sisters will arrange.
Me, if I get a man, I know kunsasula omusala. Buli mwezi.
Ekyo nakisobola watu wakisobole. So awo wenyini mu kwogera ku expectations from each other. Obogera ne kuziriza omuntu zagenda okugamba mugambe ekyo siri kikola. Nze siri kukuuta bigere. Nze you get there should be some communication on that. Me, I don't do these kinds of things in our relationship. So wetuba tuli mu relationship yange nawe,
don't expect that from me. That's communication, like extra communication. Mwinake mulabye omusajja akubye omukazi oluyi nogamba olunaku rooli nkuba. Awo tubeera okitegeera. So you need to
abisangawo ebintu. Kuba nagenze.
You need to draw the line. Yes, you need to communicate those things. Actually, you may not even communicate them all at once because oyinza okanga omuntu. But with time, mugenda mulaba akantu owulirayo mwanani bagwe bakubye owulirayo omukazi, like stories happen. Facebook, TikTok. Things are happening, so you get examples. Nogama nawulidde kali eri naye nze nkubuulirako kolinteekako oluyi bwe luti nze nja kukuba nja kwekulira nja kwoja. You know, like you need to be clear on some of those things such that ategeera
yes, and that is to encourage clarity. Omuntu abeere nga ali sure nti ono omukazi mufunye naye yaŋŋamba kino.
Omukazi
oba omusajja wange yaŋŋamba nti nze kino. Oba there are men now who don't even pay for transport. Ebyo mbusimanya, I'm coming to see you. Mbusimanya pay transport.
Yeah, because
we are both contributing
rules. Yes.
In the relationship.
Yes.
Tojagala. Pozinga tojagala. Naye oba ojagala. Ogina confesses some little money as little as transportation or Joe Ndabe. you know. So muntu abereko ne expectations. I feel like omuntu ayina expectations abeera na easier to date.
You're right.
Because abeera akulaze as communicating abeera akulaze ntino, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. If someone is looking out for a man, this man is clear about what he wants or what he loves, and that gives us confidence as women to date that particular man.
Well, also on the side of the fact that we are coaches, we really, really support personal growth. So we have there are also this kind of expectations because we are human beings, like we said, infinity, we seek infinity. People grow. Omuntu gwe mu 2010s go inakati kula mu birowoozo ba mu aina fields of life za explorers and there yes, like a lot of growth happens physically and also emotionally, spiritually, and all those other aspects. So we expect you as men to support us in terms of our personal growth. Ulaba omukazi nga akuze atandise okuchasinga her passion. When she tells you that, you know what, I've always wanted to do business, I think let me try business side. Don't think that she's going to kuyitako nnyo oba kutandika okujemera. You know, be able to support her personal growth. Her likings, byatera okwagala oba byalinga ayogerako most times obeera nga wabyogerako ng'ogamba maybe I like to talk to young children. Maybe I'm so dedicated to speaking to maybe like teenagers. I like to inspire. Maybe I like this and this. So support for personal growth. Even you the men, even we the women, we need to support
your man's ambitions.
Yes, when he grows, these men sometimes are promoted, they get bigger money and all that. So you need to still support him. Sometimes when abasajja banga nabo bafunye ebintu ebinene, awaba naye nagamba kati geri nali nina omukazi omukati kenfunye nyingi. Yes, but you need to show them a great direction. Because growth doesn't mean expand your women. Growth doesn't mean, you know, it means if you had your woman, spoil her now with more money. If you are giving her a mess of 10k, give her 100k, 1 million. Yes, we've had people who have cameos of 1 million. So, yes, we need to support each other in terms of growth, because growth happens. Like, accept growth in your home.
Yeah, it's very, very important. So, this is basically supporting each other's ambitions. Until you're going to enter into a marriage, and then mumaze outlining. The man has outlined for you. Njagala to do this, I want to do that. You as a woman, your role is to support him, to help him, to advise him.
Yes.
You know, men are expecting that. Banange, they are expecting you to contribute something in terms of knowledge, in terms of omulage ntino oli naye okitegeera. That's it.
Yeah.
Men are expected to be providers and protectors. For example, if we are to give examples, omukazi ave waabwe nga bamaze omwanjula and all that, najja and she's expecting a house. Onzije waffe nadde nsula mu nnyumba, olina okuba nga olina gy'ontwala, either renting or in a house. So if it is renting, that's your role. You're supposed to provide shelter for me as your helper that you took out of my parents' house. So rent is on you.
And you're supposed to communicate that we are going to a rental, my friend, for 2 years, as I'm still figuring out.
Yeah, katujirenga to figuring out. Nenga tugenda berako waneno in the meantime. Nti okay, kye kirala tusubirayo kuzalako ku bwana. So now these are all communications. So I'm expecting you to provide for the school fees. I'm expecting you bintu byowaka you buy kameza. I'm expecting kameza. Many women are expecting kameza.
Then you need to communicate.
Communicate it ntindo munaye mwabize.
Zoba tondekedde kameza mba sikulaba
you know. So all those things. So the man is expected to be the provider in that home. And of course, so and as a protector, for example, Micah gets a problem, I'm expecting that, hello, Remember, there is even a meme. Bambuza. So what happens if your car, if you like maybe a puncture or something? She said, I open my phone, I put my password, I look
Those are the steps.
Those are the steps she takes to make sure she works. I look for my man's number, and then I call him. Hello, baby. The car has got a problem. So that is her plan. So
Solution.
that is what we are expecting as women.
Yes.
That is manly work. We are expecting
We're expecting him to come from work, to come and work on it.
I'm going to wait.
No, he's supposed to call. Like, he's supposed to find a way to help you out.
Yeah.
Call your mechanic and tell him, genda wali newali. Osange omukazi wange
omukoleko.
Yeah, of course. What I say.
So all these are all small and big expectations.
Yes.
You know, tetugenda kulinda bagamba. Temwetulako. There is a problem with maybe the plumbing. Do something. Or take it. Sink walida can't cover them.
We know bagamba. Let's not get tired of telling them. Because when you don't tell them, you're going to expect. And when you expect and it's not met, then you're going to be disappointed, which can be avoided by communicating. Yes.
I'm thinking that ebintu byewaka bigenda kuba bikolebwa. But then also on the woman's side, side y'omukazi, the man is expecting a homemaker.
Yes, of course.
Expecting a homemaker. If we're going to break down the roles of a homemaker is the house manager. A homemaker is to make sure that the food in the house is there. Everything is running smoothly. The kids are okay. The food is okay. The menu is as if there is really a very well outlined way of how things are done in that home.
Yes.
So the man is expecting that kind of comfort. Why do people get married? The man is looking for something.
Yeah.
He's looking for someone who is going to make his life organized so that he can focus
on other things. Yes.
You know, managing. Otherwise, they would probably be married or kumlimo or waka. But he wants you to create an environment for him to be okay as well focusing a very provider as he should. You know, don't expect your man to be a provider. You as a house manager, you're failing over the homemaker.
You're right.
So the man is expecting you. There's even a video I saw of a couple, a Kenyan couple. They were saying, me when I married my wife, I was expecting that kingly treatment. And I rest in the sofas, and everything. So when my wife was not doing all this, like she's not doing what I expected her to be doing. But what if he had communicated? Maybe a light we were crossing like tukomewa nini nze njagala onzijemu engato nedda kati tugenda kukola jakuwonzijjamu kati
nzijjamu emojjamu enda
tutandikira awo mpola ku butini amane njagala oberenga onzijjamu nedda nja kuba sijjamu ngato gwejjemu engato nze nzijjamu
nawe yeri nkola juice
kati wali yali nkuwe juice that work okay it's okay nja kujjamu engato you see slow,
I remember when they interviewed the woman, she actually also said, maybe I didn't know. Like me, they didn't tell me these things. So I was wondering what's wrong with my man. We've just gotten married and now he's trying to distance himself. I thought that marriage is just all about bedroom issues. But when he communicated, I got to learn slowly by slowly. I am now trying to fit into his expectations, and as well as he's trying to also fit in my expectations. So communication is the basis of everything. Yeah. Well, something else can be the women. The women love affection. The women love romantic intimacy, you know.
Yeah.
So yes, these are things that we don't communicate, but we admire from those we are seeing.
Yeah.
You see Instagram, they're giving people flowers, they're proposing in a certain way, like a lot of romantic acts.
Yeah.
Nange women, we like them. Tewali mkaza kulimba anti she doesn't like them. Maybe when the difference can come in when you say that I don't like it public. And now me I want it private, but still you like it.
Yeah.
Let's not lie, you know. So I'm speaking on behalf of the women. Men, we know that also on the men's side there are men who are totally different, like they're not romantic. Yes, abasinga. But still, since this is a relationship, we are all trying to sacrifice for each other. There are also certain things that I'm doing that I don't like for you to be happy. There's a certain type of food that I don't eat, but I have to cook it for you because it's your best meal, you know. So in the same way, I expect you to be a little bit of romantic one day, even if it's one day a year.
Surprise.
One day a year. Okay, let's say birthday. Let's say over anniversary. Let's try to sacrifice a little bit because relationships are more also about sacrifice.
Yes, to encourage our partners, because there is even, I think I thought of when I was like, if you feel like your partner is not romantic, usanga tabitegeera.
Yes, baba tabitegeera.
Kati gwe soko
bimukolere. Hey, someone told us that she bought petals of flowers and put in the bedroom. Guy yatuka afuna reyo ngabyera. You know, yite like to yakategera because she was there at the extreme end. You know the things of follow the
romantic,
and then she was at the extreme end waiting. The guy came, he blew off the candles. You know the light doesn't be on. He blew off the candles and he turns on the light. He's like, what's happening here? So sometimes at least me I think the best way, don't do it, show like doing double clips like ako 90 ono mnawe bamukoledde benakana kantu nokankolera nyinzo sanyuka nyinzo kuwa buli kimu kyabyo nayo bimbadde interesse nyinzo so you need to show them more than if yours can understand
if you can show them, there's so many ways. I mean, if I saw someone which is rare to see, itwaira bawe ebimuli kumulimu viniri bakozesa, then they even shoot videos and all that. Kati also mukolera mukamba munange as a surprise for you to appreciate you. Men love to be appreciated, to appreciate you munange ndabye ngero nti byokoledde nze n'abaana bange banange tugala I love you edebe kata chimuli
just like that,
you know. He would feel like, hey man,
nange nyina okolayo wekiti
olabe ekintu kino mukazi wange kyankoledde, you know. So naye agenda okwekanganga naye alaba my woman has challenged me, now let me also show her fire, you know. So mugenda kutandikanga
mulinga bae mu challenge luli yangulira kano kati kono yangulira kano kuluno motoka kuluno gundi, you know, according to your capacity. It doesn't have to even be big things.
Of course. So you're challenging each other to be better for yourselves, for each other.
Renew. It even helps to reignite the relationship. Mubera mwenyigira damu maze myaka 2 mbufumbo mwene tewakyali kapya. Wayiyayo bu surprise obupyapya buli kaseera. Things change.
Omutima baguzza kuba already gwaliyo baguzza. So another point that I think women be expecting from men is for men to be decision makers.
How?
To be decision makers in that home.
Be a man.
Yes, be that man in that house. But before we even go any further, women, we love to be led. We love to be led. Twagala nnyo omuntu atugamba tugenda wano ate wontutowo wasoose nendaba nga wontutte bulungi ewasigadde I'm going to confidently be going tugenda you know.
Blindly follow.
Blindly.
Yes.
We're going to blindly follow.
Yeah.
So when I am confident in my man's decisions, that means oyinza okubeera confident in your decisions. It means that obeera wandazeeko that you are a good decision
dependable
maker.
and I can always depend on you for anything, anytime,
you know. You're not feeling secure with you, because when you're talking about security of Yumira Walia Sky, you know,
of course,
we're talking about security as to where a woman is confident in you.
When something happens,
I'm going to holler at my man. I'm going to be okay with knowing that Nina Mutu going so well relying on. By the time a woman will feel like, man, this guy is not.
There are actually some men wobuza plan chikati nga taina plan nga naye kenyini tanaba kulowooza ki ekiddako, you know. So how am I going to confidently follow you when you also don't have a plan? Nawe kenyini tonaba kumanya direction gyotwala. So we expect that whether things are going on well, whether things are not going on well, you're going to figure it out. You're going to just get up as a man. For us, that's what we're expecting. Nti oba bagobye ku mulimu, oba business tetambude bulungi in that day, you're going to figure it out and make a way. Like you're going to do your magic as a man and start over and refresh things, you know, in your business, in your whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So you're going to figure it out. We expect you to be dependable. Now, even on the other side, the man is also expecting the woman. Nti gwe mukazi gwe neesiga wemba nkulaze ekyapa kyaffe gye kiri si gwagenda ogenda atandika otokiteeka ku social media ate banange omwami andaga buli kimu ate omwami wange ate, you know, like you're supposed to be the kind of depending gwe basobola n'okuyita n'okukola signatures ku big decisions ku ndagaano ku.
He needs to trust you as
he
well.
He needs to trust you. You need to display yourself in a way that he knows that if my wife doesn't sign on this, then you know, like then I this is something probably not going to work out. So you need to be dependable as well on his side. That is through also support.
Yeah, and also when it comes to decision making, sometimes we women, Kati, for example, if I'm choosing a school, and then I'm going to come and say, so here is it. I'm expecting the man to make the decision and kusinzira ku byongambye, this is the best school that I think is good for you. Even if it's just giving birth, you know. Women usually ajana kugamba nze this hospital did this, and you see this one yes, and you see this package here, this package this, you know. So the man is supposed to be the decision maker. Akugambe nti no okusinzira ku byongambye ne bino, I'm thinking we'll go with this hospital. Ate chinja tulire, you know. I'm expecting you to be the decision maker.
Mbulonda awo kyoyagala. Yes, it's okay. Tubyagala byolonda naye tuba twagagwa abasala. Ogambe pena mami yange yalonze woliri.
Mama yange yagaya mbunna. Kolewe
tugende mu international hospital.
You know, the packages are so welcoming, they are so good. So muna inangamba tugende mu linis twalito. So the decision maker, we expect you to be the decision maker in the home.
Even actually there's in terms of giving birth, when you mentioned that point, I remembered the point of communicating the bills for giving birth. Where tuba tugenda kuzaala nzaala tisolo buto, I don't expect you myself tukwate nzaakwata sente ate ngende nsasule sente z'okuzaala. I mean omwana ono wo kati nkozi ogwange ogw'okusitula ate kati nsasule no sasula unless things are not well, like maybe the man didn't have a job or something nga mwateesa, you communicated
ate ng'omulaba bambi
abanga you've been saving together, whatever. But on the major part we expect that the men are the ones footing the hospital bills, whether it's for the children, whether it's for the mother, father, whoever. Even I don't know, like for us, that's what we expect.
It's supposed to be their role. They are the providers.
Yes. Well, another kind of expectation is through the parents. Like, it comes from the side of parents. Like, if we are in a relationship, I expect you to respect my parents. You expect me as well, on the other hand, to respect your parents. Treat them just like your parents.
Treat them right.
Yes, we saw a certain trending video where the Mr. Haji Sezala was being treated so badly because of, you know, by an in-law.
Yeah, the girl.
Yeah, the girl who got married to his son. Yes. So he was being treated badly because, you know, but that is kind of part of, I think, also the miscommunicated things. Because if as a man you already communicated to her, if no mgamba, my parents mean a lot to me. If my dad is like this, if my dad is sick, if my dad calls me and says I need this, they are priority, they are top, you know, in my family. But then the guy mentioned to us and said that omusajja yatandika n'okugamba nti omukazi wange ansingira family yange. So when did we reach there? Like twatuuka ddi awo? How do you forefront omuntu gwe waakalaba mwerabye mukuzi naye ate muzadde wakubeerereddewo? First of all, muzadde wo yakwadde ne capital wooli bonna wotandikidde. He gave you something, he gave you some support, whether it's little or not. He did something. So instead you're bashing him because of a woman.
That's
so
right.
That's part of the expectation. We expect you to communicate to your partner. Nti bannange, if things are not going on well on my father's side or on my parents' side, I think that we should all be involved. Kata abatali bulungi wemba ndi kumulimu so omutwala kumudwaliro n'okomawo n'okola. Like, you need to be responsible because the other one is also your parent. You are there in that relationship because he probably blessed you all.
There's even a gentleman I was talking to, and he said that he was dating some girl. Then his sister called. Sister is married, but the husband wasn't around. Nenga omwana we sister we mulwadde, but he was far away from Kampala. Navuga navaye Kampala, nalikayo girlfriend we nava Embara, nalikayo girlfriend we eri Embara. Then he came alabe muganda because the sister was like here. Yamugamba nti jango nyambe kubanga, you know. So he came to help the sister. Now, when he left Mbara, he left like maybe on a Friday. Mbu. Naye on like Saturday evening, after, you know, when driving, getting to Kampala, then he's busy, he's in a hospital, So, going to your girlfriend regular ku Saturday. Girlfriend said, Twakowa.
You don't choose your family.
Because the girlfriend had gone Amlabeko weekend. Now because you choose your family over me.
But it's a small time that I've gotten to come and see you.
So Banangi, me, I'm on the guy's side.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Me too.
Even though you left your home, but you're fine. You're not sick. Are you sick?
I can attend to you any other time. Yes.
The guy had to go.
That's an emergency.
Yeah? He had to go. Nayono yagamba in terms of sister was married. Taina yoba to, you know, something like that. Now what you
so
it's as if she was saying to guy affronting a new family. Moreover, never sister married. You understand? But there must be some kind of communication in team. I'm expecting you to respect my
decision
and my relatives. What you take? I'm expecting you to respect my relatives, respect me, and nange, I will do vice versa. I'll respect yours as well. You know?
That is being selfish because you don't expect your partner not actually to abandon. Let me say abandon his family or responsibilities. Even before he got you, probably yali alabirira oyo mwana gwe yagenda okulaba. So why do you then think that we are kufuna? Do you want to be that kind of woman gwebogerako okuva we yamufuna takyatulabako takyakola bwati? You know, it's
you don't want that.
You really wouldn't want to be that kind of woman or have that kind of
bali babira bajjajja base
baba nabo. This is part of your family. Yes.
So all these, so many communicated expectations in relationships, so nyingi, we shall list and list, and the list goes beyond. But truly, all we are saying is communicate, even if it is as small as nze njagala breakfast yange kumacha nga nfumbe njagala katogo. Communicate it instead of toyogera nogenda nokalyanga bweru. Moreover nga your wife oba communicating it can be done.
Something else that's very, very important that's underlooked is the financial point. A lot of people have financial expectations from each other, but they don't communicate. For example, we as women, sometimes naturally we think that the man is going to sort everything. He's going to be the one to buy the house, he's going to be the one to buy everything in the house, he's going to pay for this, pay for that, like be the provider entirely. But sometimes even the men are also having certain expectations from the females. They're like, at least you know, they're expecting you to do certain things so that they can feel
Communicate.
But communicate. If I am the man and I am providing school fees, I'm providing food for the home, I would expect that maybe for you you're paying for water bills or electricity bills since they are small and you actually work. Probably wotolako mitwalo 10 wotolako mitwalo 10 ku salary. I don't think it's really going to affect you. After all, we use it all together. So some of those expectations are supposed to be communicated. Now, from the women's side, there are women who come into the marriage or the relationship and they're like, sikwata ku sente zange, sigula munyo guba teguliwo mulinde taata wamu, emmere tujagirya kate wali munyo, sigula kintu, sigula adde kabiriiti. Nga for them, that is what they have told themselves, but they actually don't tell their men.
Which is sickening, it's bad.
Yes, so your man starts to think that, okay, maybe you're just a selfish person. Naye natandika okweka ebintu bye byakoze. Kwegamba you guys are not building a relationship. How are you going to grow together? You know, you've not communicated. So it's very, very important to point out is the expectations, is the financial.
Very important. So we've communicated all those expectations in relationships, and if you have any area that is lacking and you are a man or a woman out there, and instead of communicating or bisigaza mutima, you're there mocking your wife, which focho kwogera, you're mocking, do not mock your wife. You know, instead mugambe what you're expecting, instead of her assuming naye bambi. You know, obanga you are a wife out there, agamba omwami wo nti noze sasula bills, sasula kino naye kino sasula ngula ekibiriti, sasula school fees ngira, you know, something of that sort. So have that conversation. It's an important conversation.
Yeah, and it will solve a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of small glitches that happen in the relationships. Well, that's it from us today. Don't forget to comment and share with us your experience or your expectations that you've had in your relationships, in your marriages, maybe that you've overcome, that you're trying to overcome. Yeah, the comment section is open for you, and so let's help each other.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, share. Bye-bye.
Subscribe. Bye.